that makes sense. That's 231-845-1065.
102.7 Mom FM, 9:45, 15 before the top of the hour. Katie Provenzano, how you doing this morning?
Good. I'm great.
All right. That's what I want to hear. Welcome back to the studio. Last time that you and I chatted, we were at LACA and discovering all of these classrooms and various areas at the Ludington Area Center for the Arts. I think it was just a couple of days after that, somebody had said, I had no idea. I'm like, me either. It was incredible. So people need to get to the Ludington Area Center for the Arts and explore there, right?
We have an amazing building. We have lots of great spaces for classes, for performances, for events. I had a board member tell me she had never gone up the back way. She didn't know those stairs were there. So that was kind of fun to that it's not even just people who maybe aren't a part of LACA yet, but even those who are, they got to learn something new.
It's pretty cool. and there's two ways, and we don't talk too much about this. We always talk about sometimes like members' fees and non-members' fees, but could you take a moment and tell us about what membership at LACA is? And if we're not a member, we can still go to LACA, though.
100%. Everybody is welcome. We are a community art center. It's for everybody. Choosing to have a year-long membership is a way to support the art center, and to thank you for that support, we have some kickbacks as far as a little bit off of our workshop prices. You get discounts on Tuesdays, I believe, at the Art Shop 107. There's a few special events throughout the year, and having those membership numbers is a way for us to be able to seek out grant funding. We're able to say we have this much support from our community, and it's also a way for us to have some funding that is guaranteed for that year.
That's great to hear. In regards to that, and I don't want to go too deep into it because some of this information, it's like, man, do I even know it and stuff, which is okay, is if you had to assess or just kind of those conversations about how well the Ludington Area Center for the Arts delivers here in the community, like when you mentioned the grants and being approved for those, is it a big part of this community, or do we still have some leaps and bounds that we need to overcome?
I mean, LACA is still a pretty new organization. It hasn't reached even 20 years yet. So we are continuing to grow. So I don't want to say that this is as big as we're going to get, because I think we're going to get bigger. Yeah. But this last year, we've been able to bring in a larger variety of programs and workshops for our community. We're getting new people in the door. Again, that comment I didn't know. We hear that a lot, and we're going to hear it less because there are a lot of people who have already come in and know how special LACA is and what we're able to provide.
And even conversations like this hopefully kind of chip away at that. And we get closer to just making sure that the arts and sciences and everything else that we have to offer is a big part of the lives of our community members here.
Yes.
If you're just joining us, we're talking with Katie Provenzano here in the studio from the Ludington Area Center for the Arts. Let's talk about, and you mentioned this, some of the workshops that take place and the exhibits. You've got the art reception celebrating Love Ludington. We've got that happening next weekend, big event in downtown Ludington. Break that down for us, because this is coming up tomorrow, right?
So
this Friday.
Friday. So first Friday of every month, we do art reception. We celebrate our new exhibits for the month. We celebrate the artists that have contributed to those. Patty has new and exciting things in her art shop to be able to show off. So put it on your calendar, first Friday of the month. And this one, it's all about Ludington. It's a Love Ludington exhibit. We have a wide range of artists ages, different mediums to be able to celebrate 150 years of Ludington. And we have a celebration for the SS Badger. So they are celebrating their 70th year, and we have our performance hall gallery is full of Badger. And I know there's my brother-in-law is one of them. People love the Badger, seeing Badger art, and again, wide range of artists to be able to see there as well.
When you talk about various types of art, What are we looking at? I mean, first things that come to mind are paintings and stencil and so on and so forth. Does it expand from there?
Yeah, so we will. These exhibits allow for 3D. So if you have pottery or sculptures, you're able to submit those to be able to participate into this exhibit. Again, there's a lot of paintings and photography, especially for the Badger. It is a wonderful thing that inspires a lot of people. So that artwork wasn't hard to find. We actually we typically allow our artists to submit 3 pieces. Mm-hmm. And for the Badger, we said only 1 because we knew we were going to get so many.
Mm-hmm. That's pretty cool. This event, 5 to 8 p.m., right?
Correct.
And that's where people can really, you can do the sort of stand back and talk to others right next to you and being like, this is what my perspective of this. That is that reception-like environment, right?
It's very social. It's a party. I mean, it's come, enjoy, get to meet the artists. Most of the artists will be there, so to be able to talk to them, ask them questions about their art is always fun and exciting. But it's a celebration of that exhibit. It's a great way to start the month off. So I am glad we do it every month.
All right. So this Friday, 5 to 8 p.m. at the Ludington Area Center for the Arts. In regards to members versus non-members, what are we talking about cost-wise?
So this is an event that's free to the public. Everybody is invited. Everybody is welcome. If you've never participated in any of our receptions before, this would be a great one to get started.
All right. Very cool. Okay, let's go to the next event. The fabric bead earrings with Marybeth Long. This sounds pretty cool.
So Marybeth Long, she does all kinds of jewelry workshops, and this one it's bright, it's colorful, and what's really special about these fabric bead earrings that she makes, they're very light. So, they're a statement piece, they're dangly, but they're not going to weigh your ears down. For those of us who have worn heavy earrings, you know what that feels like. So you're going to get to design and make those with Marybeth. Her workshop is at 1:00 next Wednesday, and that is a half day for Ludington students. So if there were some high school or middle school students that were interested in making their unique beaded earrings, they could join.
All right, sounds like a plan. 1 to 3:30 p.m. $35 for members, $40 for non-members for this event. And part of it is because supplies are included here, and it's a one-time class though. Next Wednesday, right?
Correct. One-time class. All of the supplies are included. You can't. If you were to go and try to purchase earrings at a craft show, you're going to spend around that same amount to be able to do that. And so this is an experience. You get to make them, you get to pick the colors, and take home jewelry.
That's pretty cool. All right. 1 to 3:30 p.m. next Wednesday, June 7th. Exploring watercolors with Richelle Daniels. Watercolors can be a huge mystery in trying to get it to not spread into the next color, to, kind of make some lines as much as possible. Trust me, I'm going back to nightmares in school. But that's where Richelle is there to help us.
And so this is a 4-part workshop, and this is the second time she's done this workshop. The artwork that her students created in the last one was incredibly impressive. They worked really hard. At the end of the night, they had pieces to be able to take home. Richelle is great about teaching easy tricks to make something, to be able to be successful right from the beginning. She's, creating little jars that look like jars so that right from the get-go, you're able to create something that is recognizable and something that you want to show off.
That's very cool.
Yeah.
All right. And looking forward to this. That is, when is that? 1 to 3 p.m. And it starts June 8th. So next Thursday is the first class, and then goes every week after that for the next 3 consecutive weeks. Is that right?
So 4 weeks total, and you'll get to know the students together. Richelle does a great job too. One of the first projects that you work on, it's sort of dividing up a piece of watercolor paper and doing different techniques in each box, so that you have a reference for when you are trying to work on something a little harder. If you wanted to create some texture, what you could do to be able to you'd have a sheet to be able to reference back for your own artwork in the future.
And we want to make a note to the listeners too, because when you and I were there before, you've got the in another area, you've got the kiln there, and people, when they're not in these classes, can request to utilize some of these rooms and some of these resources at LACA, right?
100%. So, for example, the Ludington or JCI Ludington, the JCs, they rent the Unframed Gallery once a month for their general members meetings.
Cool.
So we have spaces. It doesn't have to be an art-related use, but for the community to be able to use. Because again, like you said, it's impressive. That building is huge. We have some really great spaces. Okay,
very cool. If you're just joining us, Katie Provenzano, the programming coordinator for the Ludington Area Center for the Arts, joining us this morning. Beginner modern line dancing with Amy Christensen, right? That is that's not inside anymore. It's outside.
Outside. So
okay.
we've had 2 so far. Outside, so much fun. A couple students came up from Muskegon to participate last week, and they said how much they enjoyed being outside, how much they enjoyed the extra space. You had a little more elbow room because that is a great Legacy Park or Plaza. It's huge, it's nice and airy. This Thursday, Amy is actually out of the state, so she's not teaching. I'm going to be up there. I'm going to play music. There's no cost if you want to just come and practice a dance, or if you have questions and you want to talk about her other upcoming classes. I will be out there at 7. But
okay.
Amy will not be.
No, hey, you know what? You're going to be there, and that's the fun part about it. And see how people do, see how well you do up in front. If people are following you and they're like, I don't know what she's doing, we'll just go with it. That's what that would be for if I was up there. But what's really cool, I guess my question to you is this: have you heard some feedback about being inside versus outdoors for the line dancing?
It's not the same, and so there's a little bit of differences as far as when we dance inside at LACA, it's on a wood floor. Mm-hmm. You can kind of pivot with even tennis shoes on, and there's a little bit of give because it's wood. Mm-hmm. Outside, we are on cement, and so take that into consideration when you're picking shoes that, if you can, tennis shoes are not going to let you pivot, so you want shoes that aren't quite as rubbery on the bottom.
Okay, very cool. Good suggestion there. Let's talk about, and you've got the Love Ludington Street Party line dancing, by the way, as part of an asterisk of this. That's coming up 7 to 10:30 p.m. On June 9th, next Friday.
Correct, and Amy will be there,
okay.
And she is teaching for free. So she's going to teach, and she's also going to play songs that her dancers already know. Okay. So it's a great opportunity to come check out the dances, get inspired, and also, it's going to be a big party, so there's lots to be able to do on the 9th.
Will there be modern line dancing on that Thursday and as well on Friday, or just once next week then?
It will be on both.
Okay.
So if you want to be able to dance on Friday, come Thursday, learn a few of the dances, and join the fun.
All right, sounds good. Let's talk over 2 more things before we wrap up this morning, if you don't mind.
Yeah.
Do you want to pick those 2 things?
Sure. So I do have one more spot left in Beginning Stained Glass with Lucy O'Brien. That class is going to start on Wednesday at 7 at 1 o'clock. And this Beginning Stained Glass, you make a square of stained glass, and you get to learn all the techniques. It's grinding, it's foiling. It's an amazing space. It's one space we didn't get to show you, Chris. I hope the next time you come, we'll get to show you the stained glass workshop when you come to LACA, because
cool.
We have a dedicated space now, because it is, Lucy has collected a lot of glass to be able to provide students. LACA has glass to be able to provide students. Everything is included in this workshop, so you get to be able to pick glass that you like, that the texture inspires you, and create something that's really special.
That's cool. And when is this?
So it's another 4-part workshop,
okay.
And it's going to start on Wednesday at 1 o'clock, and it goes till 3:30. and it runs for 4 consecutive Wednesdays
All
as
right.
well.
Very cool. And a lot of this information, and we'll talk about one more thing before we wrap up. Again, your choice on that, whatever you want. But for those that are listening or watching on our Facebook or our YouTube channel right now, we've posted the link on our Facebook and YouTube, and that's where you can discover a lot of these classes and workshops. And you can actually sign up online too, right?
Yes, you can register online. If you're not somebody who likes to register online, you're welcome to call and we will sign you up over the phone. That's not a problem at all. Our phone number is 231-845-2787.
All right. And one more thing we want to share with the audience this morning.
Yeah, I want to, when you did come visit a couple weeks ago at LACA, I showed you our pottery studio.
Mm-hmm.
If you're somebody who would like to be able to create independently in pottery, then you're going to want to join Independent Potter 101 with Mary Case. And that's going to be 3 consecutive classes on starting June 12th. So it's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and that's from 6 to 8 p.m. And Mary is going to give you the tools, the techniques, and the confidence to be able to create your own artwork.
That's very cool. Lots of things happening.
It is.
You're doing great at putting all of these together and getting good response. I've seen some of the posts that you've put up on social media, and you're getting good attendance at the events too, and people seem to enjoy it. It's not where it's super packed and you can't do that one-on-one interaction, and that's probably what the instructors want. They want to be able to limit the number of people there so that there is that interaction, right?
Thank you for bringing that up, Chris. Our classes are usually around 8 to 10. That's kind of where we cut them off. And so if you are interested in these classes, you really should sign up as soon as you know you want to take it, because there's not a ton of space. We try to keep those workshops small so that, again, it's a class. It's a social thing, but that you are able to have some personal interaction with our instructors.
That's cool. All right, keep it going. What you're doing, it sounds great. And again, you can go to Ludington Area Center for the. Well, you do the website because I've already screwed it up, right?
LudingtonArtsCenter.org.
There you go. and we have those links on our Facebook and YouTube if you need any additional help there. But Katie, thanks for coming in this morning.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. It is 10:02. We're out of here for the morning show. John Tesh coming up next here on 102.7. It is Mom FM.